Welcome to the conversation, everyone. Today we're diving into the fascinating evolution of matchmaking, from those early village matchmakers to today's tech-savvy dating apps. It's quite a journey, yeah.
Absolutely, it's a story rich with history and innovation. I'm excited to dig in.
So imagine a village long ago where smart elders would bring families together. It was not just about love, but aligning families, communities, and even
Hmm.
kingdoms.
Right, those alliances were crucial for social stability. And yeah, it echoes how every culture seemed to have its own ritual for matchmaking.
Exactly. It's like take the Jewish Shadchan, for instance. They were, well, revered figures who knew every detail about each family's background.
Yep, and we see similar roles in medieval Catholic villages where even parish priests got involved. It's interesting how matchmaking had that sanctified, almost ritualistic quality in many cultures.
Yes, and then across
Absolutely.
Asia, Japan's Nakodo and Korea's Jungmi came into play. Even in India and China, matchmakers sometimes doubled as astrologers looking at horoscopes and family status.
Right. And all of this was about making sure that contracts between families were solid, more about alliances and practical matters than just the flair of love.
Yeah, love was a part of it, but social, economic, and community reputations truly ruled the day back then.
Hmm. It really shows how deep community ties were. But then came the shift, right?
Oh, absolutely. By the 19th century in Europe and North America, the idea of marrying for love started to take root. Suddenly, young people were looking for romance over pure family arrangement.
Yeah. True, though I'd argue that even then, tradition wasn't fully abandoned, but it certainly evolved.
Exactly, yeah. In Victorian England, matchmakers were even part of what's now seen as an art form. Think of those formal dances and courting seasons orchestrated by family members.
Rights. And then we see the first professional matchmaking services popping up. Early marriage bureau that cataloged clients like a living directory. It's almost like they were the first dating profiles on paper.
Precisely, it was a system that responded to urban mobility. Newspapers even ran matrimonial ads, acting as these early digital profiles in print form.
But here's a thought. While the transition to love based pairing was revolutionary, don't you think some might argue that these early services still relied heavily on societal norms and expectations?
That's a good point, yeah. There was still a strong emphasis on family reputation and social status, even as love
Rights.
became more of a factor.
Exactly. So even the shift to romantic matches didn't completely break away from tradition. It just layered emotion on top of age old concerns.
And then came the modern era. The 20th century really turned things upside down with technology.
Yes. You mean the pioneering use of computers in matchmaking, like the work of Joan Ball, right?
Exactly. In 1964, Joan Ball launched a computer-based matchmaking service in London using punch cards. Yeah, it's like the ancestor of our current dating apps.
Hmm. And then you see the evolution to Match.com in 1995, which truly opened up the landscape for online dating. It's like the world went from hand picked introductions to having match options at your fingertips.
Yeah, it's a leap from the deliberate, community-centered introductions to the algorithm-driven swiping era.
Right. Exactly. And with apps like Tinder and Bumble emerging in the 2010s, the whole dynamic of meeting people changed dramatically. It became fast paced, almost like a digital marketplace.
Right, and the swipe culture really transformed dating, but it also well led to some unintended consequences.
Hmm. Yeah, many users found that endless swiping wasn't necessarily conducive to building deep connections. It could actually become overwhelming.
True, it almost feels like a job sometimes swiping through profiles. Studies showed that only about 1 in 500 swipes led to an exchanged number, which really points to a mismatch between convenience and quality.
Absolutely. Right. But then what's amazing is that even in this tech heavy world, professional matchmakers made a surprising comeback. The human touch found its place again.
Yeah, exactly. As people grew disillusioned with the impersonal nature of swiping, many, especially busy professionals, turned back to um, traditional matchmakers for their curated approach.
Hmm. And that's really fascinating. It's like the ancient methods never truly vanished, they just evolved.
Precisely, it's this blend of old school intuition with modern technology. For example, even platforms like Match.com added premium options where human dating coaches help select matches.
Yeah, that really speaks to the importance of empathy and uh, understanding human chemistry, things algorithms often miss.
Exactly. A good matchmaker uses personal insight and genuine empathy, qualities that no machine can fully replicate.
Right. Although, if I may challenge that a bit, don't you think that as AI evolves, some could argue it might eventually capture a bit of that intuition?
That's a fair challenge. However, it's like an algorithm might capture trends and data, but deep human insight, reading emotions and nuances, remains something uniquely, well, human.
I agree. True intuition and empathy are hard to encode. And there's also a cultural aspect, like in Singapore or Japan, where matchmaking is even supported by the government.
Yes, those cases illustrate how enduring the practice is. In some places, matchmaking is almost institutionalized, proving that the need for meaningful connection is universal.
Absolutely. And speaking of cultural resilience, Ireland's Listunvarna Festival has been going on for over 150 years. That's impressive continuity.
Exactly. That festival is a testament to how the tradition of matchmakers remains vibrant even as technologies and social structures evolve.
Yeah. So ultimately, what's the key takeaway here?
It's that matchmaking, in all its forms, really highlights a timeless human need to connect deeply with one another. Whether it's through an algorithm, a village elder, or a dedicated human matchmaker, the heart of it all remains the same.
Absolutely. It reaffirms that while our methods may change, the core essence of finding meaningful relationships endures.
Right. And as we look to the future, it's exciting to see that the art of matchmaking continues to adapt and evolve, keeping the human touch alive amidst technological advancements.
Yep, it's a journey that, well, reminds us that every swipe, every meeting is part of a larger, beautiful story about human connection.
Exactly. And to everyone listening, even if you're swiping right on an app or sitting across from someone in person, remember that the quest for love is as old as time. It's fundamentally about bringing hearts together in a world full of choices.
And that's what makes this topic so endlessly fascinating. The blend of tradition, modern technology, and the sheer unpredictability of human relationships.
Absolutely. It's like we're writing the next chapter in a very old, very inspiring story. And with every new method, whether digital or deeply personal, the mission stays true to help two souls connect.
Right. Well said. It's been a truly engaging discussion, balancing our respect for tradition with enthusiasm for future innovations in love and relationships.
For sure. Thanks for joining in as we explored this remarkable evolution of matchmaking, a testament to both technology and the timeless need for a human touch in matters of the heart.
Yep. And thanks to you all for being part of this journey. Stay connected and keep the conversation going.